Hello. Welcome. Maybe. I think so. We're all good? It's a little dark. It's cloudy, rainy, stormy. I like it. Summer, I'm done with summer. Let the rain stay. Unlike the song, I would not like it to go away. I am still getting things set up for the stream, so bear with me momentarily. I feel like this camera is like slightly too far to the left, but that's all right. That's fine. Really, the top number says 5. Well, I do actually have my stream deck's still not working. That's gonna be fun. Uh, but I do have 5 boards ready to go here that just need speakers, but they have not been tested. I just kind of assume that they're good to go. And then I have a few more boards that need a little bit more work, but let's start with the 5, and I don't think I'm gonna even get through 5 today because back already hurting. I was fixing these up, getting them ready to go for the stream before the stream, and then I wanted to shower at like noon exactly, so I did that, and now we're here. Anyways, I'm gonna post about this on Instagram real quick, and then we can get started. Because we have a bunch on this table here. Let's see. Let's get this over to the top down. You can see all 5 of these boards ready to go. A bunch of speakers that are also untested but clean. And then I'll show off all of these shells in a moment. Like usual, if you want me to say hello, say your name, say something in chat right now while I finish up the Instagram post here. How's the music? Because I had the music levels a little off last time. Of course, we're changing songs right now. Okay, Instagram story should be up in a second. And Aaron, you're gonna have to wait. Aaron is my best friend and he's calling me. He likes to call me on stream days specifically. It's been a pattern of his lately. But I'm sure everything's fine. He'll talk to me later. Anyways, let's get started. Music seems fine to you. Thank you, Joshua. And let's see here. We got 20 people in here to start. Nice. A lot of people want me to mod Game Boy Advances till my back breaks. I don't really know why my back hurts. I've mostly been editing lately because I haven't had boards to work on. But anyways, where's my cursor at? Let's scroll up to the top. Of course, there's the poll blocking it. 46% of you say that I'm gonna mod 5 today. We'll see about that. We've got Carson? I almost just said Carson. I'm guessing it's Carson. We got Scuba Pez, DJ Ames, my father. We got Joshua, 304 Barbecue, X-Men Shadowcat, my mom, beat making DE in Stunt Rush. Hello. Welcome. Let's see if there's anything important to go over. The back pain is real when you turn 30. Good thing I'm only 26. And I've had back pain pretty much my entire life. That's alright. Okay. Let's take a sip of Diet Pepsi. Man, I wish it was sponsored. And let's get actually started here. I'm gonna leave the poll up just for funsies. I don't know why I was starting to do soldering there, because I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to start. But let's show off all the things we're doing. Let's go one by one, show off all 8 of our options here, because eventually I will mod 8, assuming nobody buys any before I finish all 8 of them. But we got a new one. Shockingly, a new one with a weird looking Torchic on the sticker. This almost looks like AI, but I doubt it. But we've got a Torchic with fire that looks a lot like water. Lava, maybe? But we're gonna go all orange with it. And this will be, I am realizing now, I don't have any of the mod kits out. So this will be a V2. I'll put them in piles so I know how many kits of what to grab. I'm just gonna throw all the plastic on the floor. Then we've got a V5 in Midnight Blue, which is really more purple. But we're not gonna use the red buttons. We are gonna be going with an all gray look for this one. I will also get this out of the bigger plastic bag. The sticker off to the side. I will have to get the freaking screws and stuff out of the bag. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Put the screws back in the bag for now, because I'm not going to do all of them today. I don't want to get all of them out. But I will remove all of the red buttons so nobody thinks otherwise. I don't know if I said it already, but this will be a V5. And it'll just be the gray button, so it looks like it is original, but it's not. And it comes with a lens that will not work with that cutout. And we got another V5 that is not going to be pink buttons. It's going to be all green, but of course it does not have what is this? This has rubber membranes in it. Okay. This will not be pink buttons because I don't think pink and green go that well together. At least not this pink and this green. And as I've stated before many times, pink does not sell well on my website. No matter how good it ends up looking. Why? Okay. And this will be clear green buttons that match the shell, and then these lime membranes that are the closest thing I can match, because there's not any clear green membranes that I'm aware of. To do Porygon vibes. Like blue and blue and pink. Yeah, Porygon's blue and pink. More like a red pink too. Normally I do orange GBAs with like gray buttons to make it look like the Spice Orange GBA, but it's already got orange buttons and I kind of dig it. So we're gonna keep with the all orange look for this one. This will also be a V5. I'm not doing a great job of separating them. This has orange buttons and we will not be keeping it because it will go to an all red look. Another V5. Pretty sure all of the non-printed ones are going to be V5s and all of the printed ones are going to be V2s. Could be wrong though. So put orange buttons off to the side and put the screws back in the bags. I see some chats. I will look in a minute. I will at least respond to them. I'm looking at them right now, but I'll respond in a minute. And I didn't grab red. Okay. You know what? We have red buttons right here. There we go, but I didn't grab red. I swear I grabbed red membranes, unless they're somewhere else in the pile. Put those there. Aha! They're hiding underneath. I guess the next one I'll reveal. I don't know how I'm getting those out. Don't need to do that yet. In the thumbnail, we're doing this Blastoise GBA, a fan favorite. Again, why am I getting those out? I don't know. Why do they include a lens with this? I don't know. That's the membrane color I was looking for. Cool. Didn't see that in there. But doing another Blastoise GBA. Got Gengar, another fan favorite that has got way too much tape on it. So we'll bust out the knife. Come on, there we go. And don't need that lens. It's still not the right cutout for the lens, and it comes with all the buttons and the screws. No screws. Screws in the battery cover? No. No screws. That's alright. I think I've got a screw set somewhere, but Gengar back in the lineup. This will be a V2. So will the Blastoise, if I didn't say that. And I don't know, I'm getting the black out, but black buttons with a Groudon shell. This is also kind of a new one. I've done one before, but I haven't sold one on the website. And another one's can't use that has the right membranes in it. So I'll put that off to the side as well. This will also be a V2. All right. That is all of our options for today. We'll be starting off with 5, but no matter what, hopefully by the end of the week, all of those should be modded. All right. Let's respond to some chats and then we'll actually get started with modding. Looking back, we've got some hellos. Discovered your channel lately. Cool. Welcome. Torchic. Yep. I love Torchic. I use your video to help me fit the drop-in light-up screen for the GBA. Thanks for the assist. You're welcome. Thank you for watching the video and coming back. Can you tell us what the difference is between the V3 and V5? Always wondering when I buy my shells. Well, there's the V2, there's the V5. Don't know why there's no V4. And there was a V4, but it was short-lived. And there wasn't a V3 that I know of. And there's the 3.0, which people commonly call the V3. It's all super confusing. 3.0 is Funny Playing's original new one after their version of the V2. And then that is no longer made to my knowledge. And then they moved on to the M2, which is their fourth kit. And then they just made a new one that isn't actually out yet. It's still like in the process of beta testing as far as I'm aware. And I don't know. I think they're just calling it the Max. I don't know. And then you've got the V2 from High Speed Edo that I think is just stood the test of time. That's why I still use it. It's brighter. It has really good colors. It doesn't have like a ton of features. It still has like no frame blending options or anything, but that affects like a few games out of the entire library. But it's got great battery life and it has the brightest screen yet, and I just really like it. And it's fairly simple to install. It's like the only non-drop-in kit that's not laminated that is good. That's a weird accolade, but I really like it. And then the V5 is just like my favorite laminated kit. It's, I don't know, it's just another IPS mod that is slightly smaller screen because the V2 is slightly bigger than the V5. Doesn't really make a difference to me. It's not something I notice, but yeah, the V5 is just laminated, so it's a little bit easier to install. Don't have to worry about dust or anything getting in there. I have a whole comparison video. You can watch that if you want to learn more. But for the shells, V2 versus V5, they are going to be different size cutouts. Yeah. Anyways. Yo-Yo from Germany, hello. You playing anything on the GBA lately? I started Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, and didn't realize those games are super similar to Diablo. I have never played any of the Lord of the Rings. I just watched Lord of the Rings for the first time in the past like year and a half. But I don't know if I'll ever play those games, if I'm being honest. But I'm not really playing anything on the GBA right now. I tried the GBA Mario Party Advance, and that's a really hard game, so I kind of sidelined it for now. But that was what I was playing when I was reviewing the hybrid GBA. And yeah, I'm not really playing a GBA right now. I'm pretty addicted to Madden right now. That's like the only game I've been playing lately. Not on the GBA though. I've been playing Madden on the PS5. And if anybody wants to play me in that, I would love to have somebody to play online with. But anyways, do you just keep a stock of different kits on hand, or you buy them as you think you'll need them? I buy a bunch in bulk, and then when I get low or run out, I buy more. Hey, I want to buy a modern unit, but your website is not working. I believe I saw a comment from you, and then I asked what you saw, and I never saw a response. I've seen, I'll just say what I know. I've seen like 2, maybe 3 people complain about not seeing any text on my website. And that's because they are still running like Windows 7. And I'm like, that's not really my fault. We're on Windows 11 now, so if you're on like an old operating system, try looking at it on something else. But yeah, I need a little more information because not working is a little broad. But I would like to help you. Won't let you open the page. Okay. I don't know, Joshua, unfortunately. I know that there are ways around like security stuff for website. Like if you want to go on Safari and it says, oh, it's not secure, you can go around that. You have to click a couple of different things. I don't exactly know how to do it off the top of my head, but I've done it a lot in the past. But yeah, I don't know. I go on my website on Safari all the time, so it's not a problem for me. I wish I could help though. Which screens are these? We're doing V5s and V2s today. My back holding up so far? Honestly, it's tightening up already, and we're not even really getting started. Where do you want to, or where can you order these shells? The UV printed ones are going to be hard to find because they don't really advertise them on AliExpress anymore. But if you just find other people who sell, like people that sell other shells, just plain shells, you can ask them if they sell UV printed ones. And if they do, then they'll give you like a little screenshot of ones you can order, but they probably want you to order in bulk. So yeah, it's not really accessible as accessible as it used to be. Yeah, I'm sorry, Joshua. I think it's just on your end, and I don't. Without seeing it, I really don't know how to help you. I would love to sell you a Game Boy, but I don't know how to help you. Trying to clear your cache might be a good option too. If your operating systems aren't updated fully, or maybe your web browser isn't updated fully, I don't know. Just the basic stuff is what I would look at first. Or seeing how to get around security certificates. Or whatever you said it was. Yes, security certificate. Yeah, it would be nice to have an OEM fitting laminated shell, but I don't know how that'd be possible with the laminated original size, because you're just gonna have to cut it out. Yeah, I don't see that being possible ever. Yeah, I figured my certificate was fine. I was literally looking at the website yesterday, so I haven't looked at it today, but I looked at it yesterday when I saw this comment. Multiple Germans in here. All right, for real, so let's get started, because I at least want to mod one before we get too far. I think what I'm going to start with is I want to look at all of these boards, and I want to look at all these gold pads to see if anything needs to be cleaned up, and a few of them are looking a little bit dingy. So even though this is already nice and dirty, we're at the end of this anyways. I'll just get a new one. Still have this and a whole other brand new one. Nice and clean and flat. This is gonna be awesome. I should have these linked down below. These are fiberglass pens. They will take gold pads from looking a little dirty and dingy, like here on the D-pad. I'll extend this a little bit more. It just looks a little faded now, but it does help clean off the gold contacts, freshen them up a little bit. If there are black marks like that from the membranes. Let's see. There's some spots on select here. And a little bit on start. And look at that. Not as shiny as it was, but those dark spots are gone. There's some more of those that I just want to knock out real quick. Honestly, I'll probably just go over all of these. And I'm also realizing that I did not get the or get a paper towel out, so I'll get that in a second. Yeah, it's probably just the old OS. But I'm glad you were able to find one way to look at it. Yeah, it seems like, because I host my website through Shopify, it seems like Shopify does not work well with older operating systems, because like I said, there was one guy that was very, very upset with me because of the text on my website not showing up. And then I'm like, well, I was genuinely trying to help him out. And then he drops the bomb that he's looking at it on Windows 7, and I'm like, dude. Like, I get people love Windows 7, but it's like, you didn't stop to think that, maybe it's the really old operating system that I'm using. Maybe it's me. And then he still was like, well, other websites work. It's just your font choice. Like, okay. And someone else, one or two other people had the same thing. I'm like, are you on Windows 7? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. IPA and a toothbrush work as well. I prefer to do IPA in a paper towel a lot of the time for the button pads specifically, because it is a little more abrasive and you need something that's a little abrasive to do that. I don't think I did it on these, but those pads actually look stellar. So what I'm going to do now is take IPA and a paper towel to wipe all those down to make them hopefully a little bit shinier, because I did take a little bit of the shine away, and to hopefully pick up a lot of those fiberglass shavings that may have come off. So probably shouldn't have rubbed those first few with my thumb just to show it off, because now I might have fiberglass in my skin, which is going to be irritating. Okay, I just take some 99%, put it on the corner of the paper towel, and do that. So if you don't have a fiberglass pen, you can just do that, and a lot of times that will do the trick good enough. You can also use a Q-tip, but again, this is a little more abrasive, which sounds bad, but you do need a little bit of abrasiveness to remove those black parts. And that's why I usually just start with the fiberglass pen and work my way back, because the fiberglass pen is pretty good. You can use like the like wire braid stuff, but that's a little too abrasive for my liking, so I really only bust that out when it's needs it, or I know it's going to be harder than normal. and you'll really only see me use it when it comes to the tough restorations or fixes that I do on the second channel. Jake64. There's still like a little bit of a mark on up in the D-pad here, but we'll see. This will probably end up being it'll probably end up being fine, but we'll test it once we get it all modded. I also have no idea if any of these L&R buttons are good or bad. I'll go over how to clean those. I'll just clean all of them. Why not? We're doing it. Do the Gengar first. That's the one you want. Okay. We'll see if you'll put your money where your mouth is. Respectfully. We get a lot of people who say, "Oh, do this one. That's the one I want," and then I do it, and then they don't buy it. So. But the way I clean these L&R buttons is I take the rubber membrane things out. It's really easy to just pull them out with your fingers or tweezers, but literally just yoinking them out. And then you can get like electronic cleaner stuff. I have like some WD-40 branded electronics cleaner, but a lot of time I just use alcohol. Do a squirt in there. I'll just do that for all of those. Then I will take my mom's toothbrush. Surprising that she let me take it. We don't even live together anymore. And just get in there with the bristles. This is what I recommend doing first if you have L&R buttons that aren't working or aren't working as well as you would like them to be. This will usually do the trick. And if this doesn't work, you most likely need to just replace the L&R buttons. So yeah, that's why I'm just gonna do it now, because if these don't work after we put them all together, then I just know I don't have to mess around with it, and I can just replace it, and then it'll work fine. Because a lot of the time, I won't clean it first, and then I just put it together, because, I don't know, a lot of the time, the L&R buttons work just fine without doing anything to them. But if I do this now, then I don't have to open it up again, and then clean it, to close it up again, and then, oh, it's still not working or working well enough, then I open it up again to remove it and then close it back, and hopefully everything's good by then. I don't like to open these up after closing them, preferably. But you might, if you're a headphone user, you might want to take them off, turn the volume down something. So I'm gonna use this in a second. But what I like to do, again, volume warning, is I like to spray canned air and apparently lose the straw. Blast all of that liquid out that we just put in there, because we don't actually want any liquid staying in there. We want it to be nice and dry. By the time we put the rubbers back in. And that's why we use alcohol, because it's fast drying. So after quickly spraying each of these, it should be dry enough. Couldn't remember if I did that one already or not, but I think we are good to go. If I had to guess, I'm gonna say this one will not have working LNR buttons. Just a guess. All the rest of these look pretty pristine. But this one actually looks like they are a little more worn than the rest. We'll see. I don't know. If you really want to, you can also clean each of these things off with a toothbrush. In case there's any dust on the actual rubber pieces. Might as well do that real quick, but all these look pretty good to me. You ever gotten into modding DSs? Well, I used to do a lot of macros. And then I got tired of people whining about me making macros and completely lost that rubber piece. To melt out. But got tired of people being like, you're wasting DSs, blah, blah, blah. So I kind of gave up on that. Plus, it was a lot of work to do it like well and put it up to my quality standards after people were also complaining that I didn't put speakers in them, despite the speakers always sounding like hot garbage on a macro. But anyways, I was like, it's not worth it for making like $10-20 a macro. So I stopped doing that, and most people wouldn't even consider that a DS mod. I wouldn't really consider it a DS mod because you're turning a DS into a Game Boy Advance. But I only did it really with DSs that didn't have a good top screen, or really a bottom screen for that matter, because I almost always swapped out the bottom screen for a new one anyways. But other than that, there really isn't much. There really isn't anything for DS modding other than a TV out mod and meh. I did the screen switcher mod for the macro. That was the last exciting mod that I heard about for the DS, which is basically just a variation of the TV out mod. So. I don't know if she's selling to the US again. You didn't say that's the one you wanted to buy. You said that's the one you want to mod yourself. That's what you meant, I'm guessing? Okay, well, doesn't really make me prioritize the Gengar one if you're wanting to make it yourself. The reason why I do it is because you would want to buy it. So, I don't know if I will actually do that one. Actually, I haven't talked to her in a while. But, yeah, probably, I mean, I want to buy stuff from her in bulk, so I should talk to her, but I also have other things to buy that are a little more important to me right now. Anyways, I'm gonna spread these out. Oh, I should put the rubbers back in there. Okay, I'm gonna put these in, then I'm gonna do the speakers, and then we'll actually get into some modding. Of which I didn't grab the didn't actually grab the screen mods yet. Another thing you can do, which doesn't always work for Game Boy Advance LNR buttons, but if you just reflow the solder on LNR buttons, not a lot of the time, some of the time that can fix the issue of them not working, or not working all the time. But the most surefire way is going to be replacing the LNR buttons. What the? Yeah, I've done the Gengar one plenty of times. I know it'll sell eventually. But honestly, the thing I'm most interested in doing is either the Torchic one or the Groudon one. Because I haven't sold those before on the website. And I want to know if they're worth buying again. I also kind of want to do the Lugia one that I've got. But I already put Blastoise one in the thumbnail. Let's see, how far into the stream are we? We are 41 minutes into the stream, and I have yet to get out my solder hammer. Well, that's not true. I got it out. I don't know why I did. There was no point in me doing it yet, but I got it out. Okay, last one. Here we go. Let's get out speakers, solder them all down. I already did the power switches before stream. I don't know if I mentioned that. So these Game Boy Advances will be actually ready to go, get modded once we get these speakers on. And 1 and 2, 3. That's backwards. 4 and 5. You need to click the little plus near certification path. Then there's an error in the little chain certificates. Apple's a little picky with it. Interesting. Okay. So these wires shouldn't be crossed when I'm soldering them down this way. Got it. Because then we cross them when we flip over like that. Gotcha. Solder. There we go. And twist and put back. And we're done. And next one, we untwist and sit down. There. And boom. And we twist and put back. My boards are sliding off. We untwist, set down, we solder, we solder, we twist and put back. And solder, Okay, there's 5 speakers installed. And I'm actually going to stop for a moment and take this back half of this Groudon thing. Oh, my battery's over here. Thought I didn't have batteries out for a second. And we are going to put all of these volume whales all the way to the right. Put the back or the motherboards in the back halves. Drop batteries in there, and then turn them on. Don't know if you could hear that, but sound is working. It's a little quiet because there's no little box around it with the top half of the shell to make it louder. But that's one. Didn't even have that all the way up, and the power switch was already in the on position. We got 2 working. Just go ahead, make sure that one's in the off position before I put the batteries in. And then that's 3 for 3. It's in the off position. Now that's all the way up. Batteries in. Beautiful. Power switch was a little bit stuck. Wonder if I got some flux in there. Probably a good old IPA in there. Yep, I think so. Is a little IPA spray, and that wiggles nicer. Cool. And last but not least, this one. Nothing really special about this motherboard. It's not the least. All the way up, power switch in the off position, and boom. All of those are good, and they all were at the same volume level, so unless they all have bad capacitors, these are going to be perfectly normal working Game Boy Advances. All right, well, we don't know if the screen shows up or if all the buttons work, but we know the sound works and they turn on. So we got that going for us. Now, pretty much have to decide which 5 I'm going to start with. I think I've made 0. I'm kind of doing everything at once. We've gotten all the motherboards ready to mod. They're all cleaned, ready to go. And now we're choosing which shells. I'm going to say Groudon, Torchic, and by special request, Gengar. We'll save Blastoise, even though it's in the thumbnail, for another time, probably later this week. And then I think I'm going to go with the green. And will I just exclude all of the thumbnail ones? That would be funny. Nah, I think I'm going to do the midnight blue. And then the other 3, depending on how fast we do these, we'll do later in the week off camera. Okay. Let's start with getting these out of all their bags. And well, actually, we need one, two. This is a V2. There are 3 V2s and 2 V5s. I'm gonna go grab those. DC in the building. This didn't have any screws as far as I remember. So I will also grab that bag of screws real quick. So many freaking plastic bags that don't need to be here. Also, while we're on web stuff not working properly, I get comments every now and then saying that I need to update the Discord link. It's not working, whatever. Welcome, DC. 36 months is officially 3 years on the Mod Squad. Thank you very much. I'll rant in a minute. Let's just highlight the fact that DC has given me $5 a month every month for the past 3 years. I really appreciate that. And if you want to be like DC, if you want to give me money every month, it's not just for fun. I mean, maybe it is for him, but you get early access to pretty much every video I post on the main channel, including this week's main channel video that comes out on Friday for all the regular people. But if you join the Mod Squad, you can watch it now. Talking about this little guy right here. That's probably not the most interesting promo for that. It's the OGX Mini. It'll allow you to pretty much use any controller with pretty much any console. I'm using it specifically to use the DualSense with my PS3. But as the name of the product suggests, it is originally for doing Xbox controllers with the original Xbox, the OG Xbox. So thank you, DC. I mean, yeah, you've given me. Really? Is that right? $180 over the past 3 years? Is anybody double checking my math there? Five times 12 would be 60, and 60 times 3 would be 180, which realistically I only get 80% of that, so it'd be less than that, and I'm not going to do 80% of that. Either way, it's a lot of money. I really appreciate it. I want to share the love, so of course I'll pause my rant for that. It's people like DC that keep me doing what I'm doing. And yeah, and more for charity events, which I guess I'll say that now. I wasn't really planning on like announcing it or anything, but I am not gonna do a charity event this year. I need a break. I don't know if I'll return to it the next year, but there will not be a 2026 charity event this year. Instead, I will actually be selfish on my birthday and most likely be going on a vacation. So, I appreciate everybody who has helped me and donated and done all the stuff for the charity events. But for the most part, it is just me doing this operation, and it's a lot of work, literally like 5-6 months of work in preparation for a 4 to 5 hour live stream on one day. So, and I also spend a lot of my own money on that, and I now no longer live at home, so kind of need that money. Not like I'm in trouble or anything, but I don't have as much money to donate as I used to. Anyways, plus I kind of think I don't really have an idea to go bigger or better compared to what I've already done. And since this was all for the Michael J. Fox Foundation, not to say that I wouldn't do it again with them, because they are like the best charity that I know of. I like the idea that I ended the trilogy, like Back to the Future. 3 solid adventures in the charity event world of mine. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Think of that like fitting your own life mask before helping others. Yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm like desperate for money or anything, but I could always use more. And I need a break. That's all. It would also be nice to go smaller on the charity events, but despite it being not a competitive thing, I'm competitive with myself and would like to just outdo myself every time. And I'm at the point where I need to be planning it if I were to do it this year, and I have 0 ideas on how to outdo last year, or any of the years really. I forgot what I was ranting about. What was I talking about before? Oh, I was going to talk about something software related. Son of a... What was that? What was I talking about? What was I thinking about? Is there something in chat? feel like I'm not seeing all the chats. Or nope. Okay. Oh yeah. Discord. The Discord link. That's what I was gonna complain about. I keep getting comments saying, not all the time, but every now and then, and it's been more and more lately, specifically on streams, which I do just like reuse settings from old streams, and I have changed the Discord link at least once. So it could be like the original link on some of them, but at least on this one in the description, I clicked on it just like right when I started the stream, when I was making the stream today. I clicked on it, and though it's not broken for me, it shows up J Simmons community. I'm like, cool. I don't know what the broken invitation is, but I get those comments a lot, and I'm like, is it another one of those things with the, oh, you're on an old operating system? I don't know. And I'm not like upset with people who are like having trouble with it. I'm upset because I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to make it better for you. It's just frustrating. That was really it. It wasn't a very long rant. Oh, man. Not gonna lie, starting to feel a little bit of pain in my neck. So we'll see how far we get here. Not gonna overdo it because I would like to record at least one video today. My next main channel video has stuff sent from company, little known company called Extreme Rate. May or may not be Switch 2 shells. And yeah, that'll be the next video on the main channel after the OGX Mini video. So mid October video. And then actually the end of October video, the Halloween video, is actually already done. Fully done. The only thing I have to do is edit the members list when it's time. Because I was originally going to do the Wii video, and then things that I were waiting on, like the hybrid GBA, came in. So, yeah, and then the Extreme Rate thing happened. I wanted to get that done as soon as possible, because the Halloween video is not necessarily importante to be done right this second. Are any of these 32 pins? I want to say there was one 32 pin in the entire stack. And all of these are 40. Okay. Was the only 32 pin the super corroded one? Ha! Yep. Yeah, look at this. Ain't that swell? Looks like freaking a sea floor. Dude, it's so corroded that the metal is actually eaten away. That's crazy. Like, I haven't done anything to it, and I can get my tweezers in there, and it broke off. I can just pull off the entire power switch. That is how corroded that one is. So, I don't know what to do with that one. But yeah, that was only 32 pin in the bunch that I got, which is awesome. I don't like the 32 pin ones, strictly because if I'm doing the V2s, it's a lot more annoying. That's it. There's no downside to it being a 32 pin. Just annoying to work with some mod kits. It's fine if it's a V5 kit that I'm using. Yeah. Sending you the info about the website certifications. No clue if it can be done for Shopify, but now you have the information. Thank you. I will probably forget about it. Honestly. But thank you. I appreciate that. People were asking me about the IPS Max kit from Funny Playing, the latest endeavor for Funny Playing. Ow! Just elbowed the table. But it's not out yet. There's not even a single listing for it that I could find. It looks interesting, I guess. I want to like save my final thoughts, obviously, for when it comes out and I get my hands on it and I can actually work on it. But what I will say is I don't think I like it. It does make changes that I have been asking Funny Playing to do. Like, the shell is not a worry for me anymore. I don't worry about the structural integrity because there's actually more plastic in the middle. And it doesn't have the stupid way of installing the screens anymore. And it has double-sided tape like this. It's a lot more like the V5 in that sense. What I don't like is it's bigger. It looks uncanny. It's a bigger screen, and is like even bigger than the V2 kits. And there is no logo because the logo is displayed on the screen, which is kind of cool because you can do whatever you want, but then it's not even like centered in the whole thing because it has to be like part of the screen, and then like the black parts around the logo are just screen, and it's not an OLED screen, so it isn't like true black. It's just gonna be like backlight on but black pixels. I don't know, it just seems like one step forward, like 3 steps back. And it also, as of right now, because it's still being beta tested, it's not actually out for release, it draws a lot of more power, and yeah, it has a USB-C port that you can download custom logos to, or whatever you want to put in that logo space. But as far as I'm aware, from the one video that Mako made about it, that was an hour and a half long, it can't be updated through the USB port that they added. Why would they not make it updatable through the USB port? I don't know. Doesn't really make sense to me. But hey, I'm not making them, so don't know how much room I have to complain. Yeah. Just the ones that are included with the V2 kits on AliExpress listings are fine from like High Speed Edom. Those work just fine. Like if they're specifically designed for the V2 kits, then they're gonna be good. Are they gonna be amazing? I don't know. It's just plastic. I'm kind of thinking right now, because my back is hurting, that I'm going to finish these V5 kits, and then I don't know if I have the strength to continue on through 3 V2s, because they're a little more in depth with just having to line up this stuff. I also need to get out screen lenses for them. Get out another screw kit for that. So, yeah, just to have some. Honestly, I would stop right now if I could, if I had anything to show for it. But I think I will get that extra plastic off. I think I will finish these. There's more extra plastic. Get these 2 bottom ones done. And then I think I'm going to be done for the stream. And before the end of the day, you'll see the rest of these up for grabs. And that's a little disappointing to some people. But, yeah, my back just hurts. I'm disappointed, too, because I really wanted to get, like, 3 or more done. I almost didn't put 2 as an option on the poll. Like we were talking about earlier, I'm going to put the life mask on me first. Prioritize my body real quick. Wow, this has a lot of dingleberries on it. What the heck, people? Oh, it's like broken. I'm sure my parents are super excited about the fact that I'm using a knife so close to my fingers. There we go. Now they freely move. Yeah, if only I could like mod this where I've got my hands like way above, like shoulder length. And if I had like my screen that's over here directly in front of me and there wasn't like a 2-second delay, not 2 seconds, but it's like a half-second delay, then I could probably mod like this. But I don't think I will be doing much more. Here we go. A on the outside. D-pad on the outside. And B on the inside. I'm also getting hungry. I got up early this morning. And so I ate breakfast earlier than normal. And so I am hungry before the end of stream. And plus, well, this planned on being a longer stream, but it's an hour and 15 minutes in and we're not done with one of them. Okay, we need to solder a little bit. Maybe we'll turn this into a speed run. Okay. That's still turning on. Got flux going down. Okay. Whew. Stinky.
All right.
Welcome, Mecha Man. You can chat in about 5 minutes. Let's see. Select doesn't really matter. We do want R to stick out to the left. And we want L to stick out to the right. Because our motherboard will be flipped. When we solder down L and R. So that's why I do it this way. You don't understand, you'll understand momentarily. Guess we'll do these two because they're out. Flux. Guess I should probably put solder on TP2 there. I'm gonna do it the lazy way there. And here's one. That's R. There's two. And do it the quick way here. Second from the left. On both sides, it's not mirrored. Despite this one being on my right, on all of our rights, that's the L button, and this is the R button. And that's why I have the wires sticking out the ways they do. Okay. There we go. That should be everything we need. Dang it. Light pipe. Can anybody say it? No. Yeah, a standing desk would be nice, but the problem with the standing desk in modding is, I mean, even if I stand in this situation, I'm still gonna have it at like an awkward level. Like I'm still gonna have to look down. The problem is I'm looking down. I need a way to be able to look forward while I'm modding. Which makes more sense for me to have a screen in front of me to look at the screen. But then that is a tricky thing because the camera is right in front of me, and even when I put the microscope down in front of me, which will be too zoomed in for just regular modding, that means that this camera is blocked. So. Just gotta split these screws up for a second. There's one. There's two. There's three. And we'll put the rest of that down in a moment. Go back to this one. I'm glad I looked up again. Thank you, DC. Despite me knowing that you said that after I mentioned it, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. Now I'm thinking I might be a little crazy because maybe I just thought it and didn't say it out loud. But you probably, even if I didn't say it, you probably said it because I put the first one in. Anyways, now regardless, I sound a little crazy. It did help me remember, is what I'm trying to say, because I forgot even the second time. Now everything's in place. See, my back's doing a lot better now because I feel like I'm straightening my back better. I'm still looking down more than I'd like to, but I also don't have to look down when I'm screwing this in. Once I've got it lined up, I can just go. And so I'm like, oh, maybe I should just bust out these last three. But I think that would be a bad idea. Okay. So make sure all these wires are better, and then we can put the rest of the plastic pieces into place. More dingleberries. Okay, wherever these green clear buttons came from, not bad. That was like a lot a lot of dingleberry there. If you don't know what I mean by dingleberry, because kind of just made this up on my own. It's on the wrong side, that's why I'm struggling to put it in. What I'm referring to as dingleberries is when the extra plastic that was from like the injection part of the mold is still hanging out there a little bit. That's a dingleberry. Like that little piece on the end there. That was a dingleberry. It's gone. It's one of the points where they inject the plastic into the mold to make these. And I call it a dingleberry because if you don't know what dingleberry is, I didn't lock this down. I don't know if I should say the definition of a dingleberry. I know my mom dies a little inside when I say dingleberry live on camera, so. The technical term is slag. Well, dingleberry is more fun, father. Thought you'd be on my side about that one. But we can put these shells on. Come on. Got 12 tri-wing screws to go. Then we're done for the stream for today. But no matter what, the goal for the end of the week is to have 10 Game Boy Advances available for sale. That is including the 2 that are currently available. RetroRemaster.com. Gosh, this one is like really struggling, but we'll do these 2 first. Oh, I already did that one. Why? Is that one struggling so much? I don't know, but it seems locked in, so I think we're good. Goal is to have 8 of these new ones available at RetroRemaster.com. All the ones that you saw that I showed off at the beginning of the stream. And I think I am 1 shy or maybe 2 shy of 10 Game Boy Colors, and the same for SPs. And I hope to get those modded, and depending on if oh, that wasn't lined up, that's why that was a struggle. But it's lined up now. But depending on when my N64s and GameCubes get here, that might be a next week operation. But I'm also on a 4-day work week this week. My goodness. Am I just getting weak or something? Because I'm struggling to get these in. I'm also used to doing these with my automatic screwdriver. But yep, I'm definitely glad that I'm ending the stream here, because my back is really starting to hurt now. It was going good, and now I am ready for the heating pad. Why are these being so difficult today? I don't know, but my fingers hurt because I fixed it, decided, yeah, let's just make this all metal. It's not make it comfortable for you. Let's not give you a rubber grip. Anyways, just because they're small screws doesn't mean they aren't going to be hard to turn. Okay, there we go. That isn't reading the game. Still not reading the game. This is a very well-loved cartridge, though. I'm gonna hope it's just a cartridge. Really? Okay, that's a little bit nervousing. All right. Will it read this cartridge? That's also very well-loved? It will. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Oof. I think that might be the reason why this cartridge is having a hard time being read. Still no. Seriously? Use the Clean Boy real quick. Maybe it is the cartridge slot. We might have something to fix later. It could have a dirty switch for the cart slot switch. And I think that might be the case, since regular Game Boy and Game Boy Color games work, but not Game Boy Advance games. So the switch that's over here, I think, maybe it's on the other side, might be dirty. It's on this side, which is a pain in the butt to open for this one, I believe. So, yeah, it's right here. Press that little switch down. Maybe doing that might have a... No, okay. Well, can't list that one yet. It's awesome. No, it's not going to be the case. Because if it was, then the original Game Boy game wouldn't work. So it's probably that switch in the cart slot that I'm referring to. Because it works here. Kind of. There we go. Good reminder to subscribe if you haven't already. We got A, we got B, we got right, we got left. And I believe this was the motherboard that I said I think that L&R might not work here. And they work beautifully. They also click like they are brand new. So that's pretty neat. At least this works. We can all the way up and all the way down with our L and R stuff there. We can open up the menu and we can look at all the different settings here. Turn off those touchpads. Actually, I had a customer complain the other day about the touchpads, and I'm like, you can turn those off now. Ain't that swell? But yeah, okay. I'll list one. We got one today. I'll probably end up just swapping the cart slot on this because I have Game Boy Advance cart slots now, I think. Brand new ones. So I'm gonna list this. If you want to grab this one, I'm gonna list it right now. The others, except for this one, this will probably take a couple of days. But the other ones that I've shown off will hopefully be later this week. Hopefully these 3 later today. We'll see. I'm sorry that I didn't get more done in an hour and a half. But we did get all of those motherboards pretty much ready to go. So that was good. Midnight Blue. It is up, it is live, it is active. RetroRemaster.com. I'm gonna put the back sticker on it, and I'm calling it a stream. I did see that. Thank you very much. Should be on the way now. If you want to buy a shirt like my freaking Stream Deck isn't working. I don't know why. If you want to buy a shirt like this one, I don't think if I took this one down, but if you want to buy a shirt like this or anything else that I have up in the merch section of my website, RetroRemaster.com. If you want to buy this or a wide variety of modded Game Boys, modded N64s, and well, there's no modded GameCubes available right now. You can go check out RetroRemaster.com. Thank you for the link in the description or in the chat, Joshua. There's a link in the description. There's a link in the chat. There are links everywhere you go. Okay. Yeah, maybe I would like a standing desk. Maybe I'll actually respond to one of those people who wants to send me one for a video, but I don't think I can make a 6-minute or longer dedicated video about a freaking standing desk that every single one of those companies wants. But yeah, I don't think, well, it'll help me in other ways. I don't think it's going to help me necessarily for modding, because like I said, I have to look down, and that's the main thing. Even if it's up at my eye level, it's not going to really help. I need a bird's eye view. But anyways, that is it for right now. Keep checking the website if you're in the mood for a Game Boy Advance purchasing. I don't know, I'm losing it. This is a long stream for me. I don't really do these that often. Back checking, it's hurting. That's why the stream is ending. Otherwise, we'd keep going. But that's about it for me. Tomorrow. First, if you're not subscribed to the second channel, please go check it out. The latest video as of right now is me fixing restoring this Game Boy Color, this Hello Kitty Game Boy Color, that it was in terrible condition. Probably the greatest refurbishment of my life. I literally called it a resurrection because it was. It was so good that I debated making it a main channel video, but I liked it how it was, and it felt more second channel vibey anyways. It's a great video if you want to see me take a super corroded board, like pretty much, can't use my Stream Deck, pretty much like this level of corrosion, if you can see all this corrosion right here on the side, but like all over the button pads, which is happening over here too. I saved it. It is fully working. There goes the power switch. So if you're interested in me saving this Game Boy Color, which I did end up swapping out the screen again because I found one that is actually fully good. It'll make more sense when you watch the video. Jake64, please go check that video out. It's an hour long. It's a movie. But yeah, there's that. Tomorrow's video on the second channel, I actually don't know what it is, but there will be one tomorrow. And then there will be a video on Friday on the main channel and on the second channel, the OGX Mini, as I talked about earlier. I have a couple of them made over here. And then yeah, that's really it. Look for more Game Boy Advance to be modded later throughout the week, as well as SPs and Game Boy Colors. But that is about it for me. So I will see you guys in the next one. Later, guys. Man, my back is hurting.